Hello, one and all, and welcome back to Campaign 13 of Vanilla Sunday. I am your host, as always, Varinity Void. This here is part 5. We are in 1551, looking on a world in flux, in change. And if you want to know what happened in the previous part, why some borders are the way they are, please, I implore you, go watch that previous part. For now, though, we have some national ideas to go over. For this part here, it will be the third and fourth national ideas for the Nelter League. So, let's get on with it. The third national idea for the Nelter League is the coming of the Great Ones. Legend has it that our ancestors were sent long ago into our lands by the great lords of the West as their trusted most and worthiest of their servants, to tend to these barren lands and cultivate them into something greater, befitting their greatness. The lords see merit in the pursuit of achievement and one's personal dreams, and have decreed that the Nelter people work together for the greatest pursuit of all, the grand vision, where the whims of fate will decree it so that our lords come here to these lands and await them, and rule our great people in benevolence and wisdom, in a golden age that will never cease, and bring joy that will never sour. Till that hollow day comes, however, we all must put in the good work, and bring wealth and greatness to this land, off which the lords will build upon and perfect come their arrival. Development cost modifier minus 10%. The fourth national idea is mediators for the mountain men. Perhaps our ancient most of enemies, but also part-time benefactors, the barbarous mountain men of the great northern mountains, Latusans, as termed by the malevolent ones, have been there with us to hinder our grand vision, but also to trade with us from the very moment of our arrival in these lands. Much like us, long ago they are fractured and divided into an innumerable number of tribes, many mighty and many more small. Should strife between these tribes come to a boiling point, it'll usually be us who will be caught in the crossfire. It is since the formation of our league, however, that we've been able to put up a united front against them, militarily but also diplomatically. Fighting them is always a bloody affair, and it is also true that they view us as a learned people, good with words. Perhaps the best way to put an end to this threat is to make it see us as friends, and let us mediate and solve their disputes for them. Diplomatic reputation +2. So the Nelter League is definitely going to need a lot of friends and allies in high places if they wish to survive future wars, considering, they are very small compared to their neighbors. And, let's see how things go for them. Sapphire Paradox, like I said last time as we ended, the war goal is Erzurum, and Erzurum has been burned down. It was a colony, but unfortunately, now no ticking war score is going to go in either favor, or either way. Sapphire Paradox, they saved Morocco, and now the question is, are they going to be able to dislodge the Strathclyde fleet and then make it over to Iberia? I doubt they will be able to, so I think Sapphire Paradox and Morocco are confined to North Africa. But the Nelter League, at least, Shirvan is over here ensuring that any provinces over here are well and truly occupied. Oh my goodness. Let me center myself real quick, because we got a big war here. One is Zanskar is trying to finish off 9X. 9MA is going after OQ4, Battle for the Caribbean between the slot machines. They're spinning the wheel. And then the Papal Conquest of Rigue against Etruria. So the papacy, allied with Nitra, allied with Avignon and Saintonge, is going after Etruria and They're ally of Wales. So it does seem as though the papacy, Pope Innocentius IX here, has deemed it so that Etruria is not fit to govern northern Italy in the slightest. And, yeah. Kingdom of God, baby. You better bow before it. Avignon is contributing with Bishop Benedictus the 16th. Or no, 17th, my bad. And it doesn't... Like, Wales is trying to do what they can, which is great. But, it's like, can they really do much of anything? I'm not sure. Their fleet isn't as good as it could be, so they can't really... They can't do a whole lot against Saintonge. They can't land on the mainland of Europe. Not yet. In the future they might, but we'll see. Are they converting? Yes, they are. Gone is Bogomolist, and here and now is Eastern Orthodoxy. And like I said before, Protestantism, not a thing. It is very much eliminated in all but the most scattered of provinces. Reformed is here to stay. Just looking at the New World real quick. Yokuts, no allies. Sonora allied with the Golden Eighth. Powhatan allied with Big Cato and Huron. Tonala, no allies. And Vicura, no allies. Got it. Okay. Saintonge. Like, mainland Etruria, completely, done with. And Avignon is coming down to the land of the Greeks, and is curtailing any sort of hope that Etruria had over here. Athens is going to be occupied, so is Morea, etc. The real question is Wales going to be like, how are you going to force out Wales in this war? Because if you can't really force them out, like, you might just have to wait a while for the war to conclude. Same with Sapphire Paradox. Like, there's no ticking war score, but they also cannot get to the Nelter League's mainland. The Nelter League, surprisingly, is trying to undo these occupations here in Trebizond and Oltu. I mean, maybe they'll be able to put a slight dent into Shirvan or Sapphire Paradox, but personally, I have my doubts. I have my thorough doubts. Any other wars going on? Zanskar and... Okay, so 9X has been vassalized, and now Zanskar is going back after Dundar and Nepal. And this... this war is just in kind of stalemate. The one against Etruria, that one's going to conclude in a clear papal victory. That's not a question. Also, Dumnonia looking at Shamrock Paradox to take them out. Shamrock Paradox, they're on the same tech level. They just have way fewer forces. So I have a feeling that the immense manpower they have been building up with their national ideas is not going to behoove them, unfortunately. It's just it's going to be a sad state of affairs. Albania allied with Strathclyde. Interesting. Okay. And then Walaita allied with Malindi. Malindi didn't get anything from Sakalava, although I think they pretty much united their own coastline, which, that's good. Good on ya. But Dundar, as well as Nepal, I don't believe they can really do anything. Nepal at least has like the national ideas, and in terms of national ideas, Nepal has the best potential to like contest Zanskar and all that, but they need to build up their forces. They need to accrue a bigger economy, more force limit, etc., etc. Actually, you know what I completely forgot to do at the end of part 4 is change away the tribals, the tribal vanilla tags like Kionjar to Monarchy, Republic, or Theocracy. I can do that at the end of this part, it's okay. Because there's some in Africa too, like Maravi, Air, Fulo. Actually, there's not that many. Okay. Oh, and Sibir. Surprisingly, Nogai is now a Sufi order, and so is Mogulistan. Interesting. Oh, and I gotta do Aotearoa as well. Okay. Getting a gauge on what I need to do. Yeah, no one is landing in the British Isles, or I shouldn't say the British Isles. I should say the Welsh Isles. No one is landing up there. It's just, waiting for Etruria to suffer. Peace has been made with the Nelta League, and in true to that fashion, nothing really happened. Only Cyprus changing hands. Cyprus now belongs to the Sapphire Paradox. And now Sapphire Paradox is going after Wallachia, Avignon, and Tuscany. So Avignon is going to get into the mix over here. And apparently their army got completely wiped out. They had an army before, and then it disappeared. Oh my goodness. And the Sapphire Paradox, they're just popping off. Legitimately, they're just doing so well. And this is for Kangiri right here. Yep. So, Wallachia, are you able to do anything against Sapphire Paradox? Like, they have Tech 12. Do you have anything? Can you contest that? The armies, they're coming forth. Sapphire Paradox's navy is here. It's large and it's in charge. Oh no, Wallachia, it's all going wrong. Maybe if you didn't fucking kill my tag, my children, maybe you wouldn't have this. But that's neither here nor there. Oh my goodness! Wait a minute. Shamrock Paradox, they may be suffering under Dumnonia, but Dumnonia has a second war to deal with because the Cherusci are going after them. Oh my goodness. The Cherusci, along with Alemanni, are absolutely throttling any hopes of Dumnonia. That is brutal. It was looking like, Dumnonia gonna take out Shamrock Paradox, and then, consolidate more of Scandinavia, start growing stronger, maybe contest Cherusci and then Courland. Not anymore. No, this is absolutely flipping the table and just throwing down the gauntlet, saying, you know what? No. You're not getting any hope. You're not getting any sort of ambition here, Dumnonia. It's going down. You're going down. Oh my god. And what is this? Shervan. Oh. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. So Shervan is allied with Sapphire Paradox. I have to remember that. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any wars. Larakia, or Australia, is going after Aora again. And then, yep. Golden Eighth is going after the Blackfoot. And the Blackfoot, unfortunately, they cannot do much. Yeah, let's keep it going. Let's see what happens. There you go. Dumnonia really just torn asunder by the Cherusci. They took a lot of land over here. They even took Stockholm. Like, Dumnonia, there's no manpower. There's not really much to do there, unfortunately. Also, the papacy, they successfully took land from Etruria, and the papacy split up Etruria with Avignon, which is kind of interesting. And I think Avignon's AI is bugged. I'll give it a few more months, but I think it is. I'm just going to do something on the side here. View, show desktop icons. Because if I have to restart, I don't mind restarting the game. It should load pretty quickly, but yeah, I'll give it to like October, November for Avignon to get its stuff together. Because it should, but maybe like getting its whole army knocked out was a little much. And hey, we have Czechoslovakia. Welcome to the stage, Czechoslovakia. We have Grand Consul František. And also, there's your Czechoslovensko traditions. So yeah, Nitra forming Czechoslovakia, nice purple on the map. And I should also note Silesia is kind of close to forming Poland. They only need a few provinces, or a couple provinces, and Silesia will become Poland. So, could be some interesting stuff if I do say so. And I think I will have to restart the game. Alright, October. Avignon's AI seems to be bugged. Let's just exit to the main menu. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think it autosaves when I exit. Yeah, this is not CK3. Shit. Well, I mean, it was only it autosaves at July. So, July, August, September, October, like 4 months. Not that much changes in 4 months. Dumnonia still lost a bunch of its land. It's not like that's going to change. And the war with the Sapphire Paradox is still ongoing, so... You know, I know, we all know. Light ships are the key to securing trade opportunities. Are they? Well, I suppose if you buff them up with, like, light ship combat ability, but, I don't know, to a lot of people, light ship combat ability is kind of a very meh modifier. It needs to be paired with other things, but whatever. What else do we got? I think for the next campaign though, campaign 14, I am going to be advertising it a little bit more. I don't know how I'm going to be advertising it, but I will. Don't you worry. Okay. All right, July of 1557. Let's go. There we go. Avignon's AI is fixed once more. So I just got to remember that the next if that happens in the future, to save it and then exit the game. Well, that was my bad. Yadava, who are you allied with? You and Genji have done like nothing. You've been chilling this whole time. But yeah, the papacy. The papacy is actually allied with Saintonge, which is kind of weird considering they broke away from the Catholic Church. Pope Bonifacius IX, do you want to like explain to me what you're doing? Oh, there's no music either. Yeah, do you want to explain to me why you're allied with them and not maybe the likes of Bavaria? I feel like Bavaria or maybe even Wales would be like a good ally. Wales is actually going after Thomond, trying to clean up the rest of the Isles. What else do we got? Malindi is going after Socotra. Big Cato, I just hit my desk, is going after Teardrop. Bastri Order going after Kerman. And then... oh, Kurland is in that war against Wales, but I doubt that's going to do much. Sapphire Paradox is still going after Wallachia, of course. And I actually didn't know this, but Morocco is in this war with Sapphire Paradox. Okay. The Al-Tadsi dynasty contributes ever more, and Sapphire Paradox's armies... oh my god. Oh god. That was bad. I almost burped, but it didn't feel right. It felt like I was good. something bad was coming up. Anyways, I'm fine now. Wallachia, yeah, they're doing it with Tuscany. Combined arms, it's actually working. I mean, they still need to unoccupy the war goal over here in Kangiri, but if they can do that and steadily push back the ambitious Sapphire Paradox, they'll be in good company. They'll be doing well. Also, you are fighting against Mogulistan now? Zanskar, you just defeated Dundar in Nepal. Why are you going after them? Kochkor? Where's Kochkor? Oh, it's right here. Okay. It's that big province. But it's seemingly like Zanskar can just steamroll over Mogulistan because they got one military tech up. I'm thinking Nogai is gonna try their best over here, but I don't know if Nogai is gonna be able to put enough pressure on Zanskar, if I'm honest. Kaguda taking up most of the Iberian Peninsula, and wow, Niels Vakes was forced out of Sapphire Paradox somehow. Because they are, yeah, they are not a republic anymore like I originally intended. They are a monarchy now. So that's kind of interesting. I did not expect Sapphire Paradox to lose. I guess unoccupying the war goal did that. Karman, no allies, but they are an OPM officially, and they are not gonna survive. That much is clear. Also, you have Achaean separatists on Cyprus, so that'll be interesting. I'm not entirely sure how that's gonna go. I think Sapphire Paradox will transport troops over, but I've seen weirder things with the AI. I've seen some weird things. Zanskar, they've been slowly pulled away from Mogulistan for now because they're chasing around the army of Nogai. But I don't know how long Nogai can run away from Zanskar. Zanskar, they're gonna chase you to the ends of the earth, Nogai. Don't worry. And yeah, the Nogai is one military tech behind. Okay. No huge wars. Air and Mosi are going at it. Oh my god, Mosi actually took a huge chunk out of Fulo. What the hell? How did you manage that? There's no land border. I genuinely don't know how. Does that mean Mosi can take land from Air? I would be shocked if they could. On the upside, though, this is a very nice green to be painting across West Africa, so this gets the approval of the Virinity Void. Also, why are you snaking along the coast? What are you doing? Put some meat on those bones, man. Colonize inland. And Golden Eighth, they took a large chunk out of the Blackfoot, of course. How are we doing on institutions? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We have colonialism that spawned in right here, and the capital of Wales. All right. Does that mean, where did they colonize in the New World? Now, ooh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. How good is the development there? Ooh. Wales. They spotted an opportunity for some nice colonies, and they took it, and they've triggered colonialism with that. And also, we should have the printing press, which, where did the printing press spawn in? Am I blind? It's right here. So the Cherusci, so Wales and Cherusci got a nice injection of power points by spawning those two institutions. You should expect to see a more powerful Cherusci, obviously, and a Wales that is more firm in its power. Interesting times indeed. Myongvax still allied with Jin. Ayutthaya still allied with Pasai and Bumthang. Kind of wondering where now is Manila? Manila, where are you at? You're colonizing in Bohori because that is a very, very nice province. Duly noted. Zanskar, this war has ground to a halt. It wasn't like you were going to take any land from Mogulistan anyway, but still, the war has dragged to a halt, and your armies are even, or at least your home army, kind of got defeated by Mogulistan. Maybe being so split up between your provinces wasn't the best idea, but the war is going to end in white peace anyways. Like, there's no real issue there. It's all gonna end in white peace because there's no land border, not yet at least. Wallachia also, they were forced to give up. I didn't see this until now. They were forced to give up overlordship over my boy, the Autotexial Empire. So that is interesting. What other wars do we got going on? Any big ones? Not really. Okay. Yeah, I'm just very curious if Mosi is going to be able to take any land from air, since I thought they wouldn't be able to against Fulo. The capital of air is going down. Thomond will be fully annexed if Courland pieces out of the war, and I suspect they will. And I could be wrong, obviously, but I don't think Courland really benefits from being in this war without doing a single thing. Also, if you're seeing on your screen what I'm seeing, we have Russia that is about to be a thing. Muscovy is Tech 10. So, once this province is finished colonizing, once they fully encapsulate Novgorod, we are going to have Russia. And I did check before I started this part. Russian national ideas indeed do not have Siberian frontiers. It has an additional colonist instead. So, yes, Russia still colonizes faster than normal. Because of that, they're just not going to colonize at an insane rate, obviously. Are you guys still at war? Yes, you are. Bro, nothing's happening. Nothing is happening. Go back to your business. Come back when you guys are stronger. Also, Malindi. Okay, so Malindi pieced out with Socotra. The AI is not bugged, and Air has been pieced out, and they did not lose anything. Good. So then, maybe there was like a colony here, and initially Mosi was going to take it, but then they had 2 colonies and only 1 colonist, so they abandoned it. Bavaria under assault, under invasion from 2 sides. One side is Tuscany invading, and then the other side is Czechoslovakia. So, indeed, we do have the partition of Bavaria upon us. When else? We started 1551, so 1571 is going to be the earliest we stop this. I always aim to do at least 20 years in each part, and for the most part, I can. Like the time constraints aren't that hard, but there are occasions when I have to restart the game, like I did this time around, and more time gets eaten up. Also, I just realized this, Dumnonia actually did win against Shamrock Paradox, despite losing to the Cheruski, so, tit for tat, I guess? Kinda? Not really, but Dumnonia is still under attack now, and this is the Welsh reconquest of Lubeck. I didn't even know they had a... Oh, the Angles, that's right, they had a core there, and the Angles are a vassal underneath the Welsh. In fact, they are a vassal that's being integrated, so I'm kind of curious how that's going to go. Thomond reduced to provinces in Scandinavia. Not sure if they're going to be subjugated, maybe. They are allied to Courland. Courland is kind of like the friend of everyone who doesn't have a friend, so I appreciate that. Hey, so Achaia... Turns out Sapphire Paradox didn't transport any troops over, and Achaia gained independence, and they are, there you go. Duke Andrea I. Welcome to the scene, and they're immediately colonizing Alexandria. You are poking the bear that is right next to you. If you want to die early, Achaia, that's fine by me. This is your choice. This isn't my choice. That's completely on you. Myeongvax being attacked by Chu Chen. And this time, Jin is involved. Bumthang and Dai Viet, however, are backing up Chu Chen. So, maybe the Jin aren't going to be the be-all, end-all to save Myeongvax. Excuse me. The capital of Myeongbox is already down. That means all that's left is taking out Jin, and Chu Chen is already making inroads toward Luoyang and later on Taiyuan. And Taiyuan being the capital, that's Jin is not going to be too happy. That's the long and short of it. Chu Chen is going to be large and in charge, and I think this will be like the first time. I think this will be the first time one of Mackey's Tibetan tags like truly does become a huge force in China proper. Because usually they maybe win one or two wars, but then they get forced back at some point. This is the first time where I'm seeing like, yeah, they're expanding in the south, they're expanding in the east, and no one can really stop them. People are trying to, or like Jin is trying to stop them, but Chu Chen has allies. You're not going to stop those allies. Wallachia allied with Avignon, Tuscany, Albania allied with the Nelter League and Strathclyde. Morocco still allied with Sapphire Paradox. How are those institutions going? We're going to see a lot of changes in the leaderboard this time around. Because no one, well, at least not right now, in 1566, no one has like both colonialism and printing press embraced. And there we go. Look at that. Russia. There you go. They get one additional colonist, and they should be using that somewhat soon. So I'm kind of surprised you have debt right now, Russia. What have you been spending on? That's my question. Like, genuinely, what have you been spending on? I don't quite understand. Do they get the Tsardom? Yes, they do get the Tsardom government type or reform. So that'll be interesting to see how things go. The papacy allied with Bavaria. Now you're allied with Bavaria. You know, you could have done that earlier and maybe saved them a little bit of breathing room, but you know, Archbishop Maximilian I doesn't hold anything against you. Pope Bonifacius IX. Or maybe he does. Maybe the Archbishop sends him a strongly worded letter telling him to go suck it. Fuck you for leaving me out to dry against Tuscany and Czechoslovakia. I can imagine the Archbishop saying, "Oh, actually, what's his personality?" He's a talented poet. Yeah, okay, I could see that. I can see him writing a strongly worded letter to the Pope, just saying, you know, fuck you. You could have helped me earlier as a fellow Catholic, but no. Terrible, terrible. Kaguda is being attacked by Paradox for this land in Anatolia. Kaguda is allied with Silesia and the papacy. Kaguda is fighting off Sapphire Paradox and Morocco, so there is a route of invasion over here in North Africa. And there is a route of invasion maybe through the Balkans if Wallachia gives access. I'm not sure if they will, though. The papacy has transported some troops over. I want to see the quality comparison. Discipline favors the papacy. Morale favors Sapphire Paradox. Tactics, very, very similar. So it could go either way in these battles. I think it will definitely come down to who can transport their troops over, mostly. I suspect it is going to be Sapphire Paradox because they are closer, just in general. But considering Sapphire Paradox left the rebels on Cyprus to do their thing, I have my doubts. I have my very, very strong doubts. Dumnonia being attacked by Russia for Neva, and then Wales is also attacking them. Let's see. Ning and Goguryeo are going after Jin. It seems as though people are partitioning Jin at this point because of them failing to help Chu Chen. Let's see. Malindi and Walaita going after Sakalava, and then Courland leading the conquest with Picardy and Silesia against Dumnonia. So Dumnonia seems as though they're getting partitioned ever so slowly. And they don't really have any military to like stop all of these forces from converging. Their land in mainland Europe is being occupied, and soon enough, their land in Scandinavia, it's going to be occupied too. Their army just got defeated by Courland, and Russia is looking to occupy some of their land. Oh lord. Chu Chen took a big chunk out of Jin. Myeongvox also got effectively cleaved into two, and soon enough, yeah, Jin is gonna feel the wrath of Ning, and that is a firm land border. There is plenty of room for Ning to just take a huge amount of land. With the Chinese warlord CB, is it? No, it's just a regular CB. Because I think with the Chinese warlord Casus Belli, I think that gives like cores on every province they occupy in the Chinese region. So it is a normal conquest for now. For now. And yeah, I guess we just we sit here and we witness the partitioning of Dumnonia. Such a strong campaign last time, only to lose out to Belobog. This time, unfortunately, they are losing out to their neighbors this time around. Whether it is Cherusky from earlier or Courland right now. And then Russia contributing some salt on top of that. Times do change, and man, teardrop. Reduced to the Appalachian Mountains, Florida as a region, I guess, partitioned between Big Caddo and Powhatan. Time will tell if these two can work together to fight off the likes of Vicura or even the Golden Eighth. I'm very curious. And Miami now allied with Quebec. Okay, that is an interesting alliance. I'm not sure if actually if the alliance chains pop off in some big war, I don't know who's gonna win. There's a lot that could happen between all of these. Miami is the weakest, obviously, but there could be a lot of changes in store. Who knows? South America, quiet as ever, biding their time. Kaguda is fully invading Morocco. And Sapphire Paradox doesn't seem to be doing anything. In fact, I don't think they can get through because Alexandria is controlled by Achaia, and I don't think Achaia is letting Sapphire Paradox through. They don't have to. It's completely up to them. So, yeah, Sapphire Paradox kind of corralled into the Levant and Anatolia, and Morocco is just left to suffer. I wouldn't be surprised if Kaguda takes a large portion of the coast of Morocco at this point. It would be kind of fitting, considering Kaguda is looking for lands to expand into. And also, you know, they are rivaled with Strathclyde, so taking land and encircling Strathclyde even more would be beneficial. Wales is actually trying to send troops over and to declare war on Caddo. I think this is a mistake, Wales, because you don't have enough ships to transport huge armies over, and Caddo is calling in Powhatan declined the call to arms. That's kind of big. That means Powhatan may end up being enemies with Caddo. Okay. A little bit of drama brewing up in the New World. More drama than I anticipated. That's, okay. I guess we'll have to keep an eye on that in the future. What else do we got? Sakalava keeping their territorial integrity. And then Morocco just being occupied. Sapphire Paradox. They're holding the war goal. That's great. But your ally is suffering, and if you don't have a good ally in North Africa, well, that's one avenue, one theater of war you're not going to have available to you. Simple as that. Oh, Dumnonia maybe fighting back a little with some occupations, but I think Russia doesn't care. As long as Russia gets Neva, they can turn that into St. Petersburg and they're fine. And Russia's western flank is secured, considering they have Courland as an ally, a Kurland that also retook the land it lost to Dumnonia and then some. Kurland owns Danzig and Gotland now, so, you know, it's looking good. Dumnonia is just rolling down the slope some more, unfortunately. I think we will end this off in August of 1572. That'll be a nice cutting off point. And Yakutsk being effectively divvied up between the Golden Eighth and Sonora. It was nice for Blackfoot and Yakutsk to hold out for as long as they could, but unfortunately, I had a feeling it wasn't going to last. So, unfortunately, this is just the way it goes. Maybe in the next campaign, Yakutsk, Blackfoot, and some others will be able to flourish. We shall see. Alemanni allied with Albania and Cherusci still, okay. Etruria allied with Wales, the Nelter League, and Czechoslovakia. I'm kind of wondering if Albania and Wallachia are gonna, like, come to blows at some point for the for hegemony over the Balkans. That would be interesting. What other wars do we got? Australia fighting Aotearoa. Zanskar going after Mogulistan, and there is a firm land border now, so land will be taken if one side pushes hard enough. And Pasai going after Banjar again. Y'all need to really sort your shit out. I'm just saying. Just saying. Also, Pasai is going for some land in Ceylon, and Zanskar, they're making headway. Mogulistan has no what's it called? Oh shoot, we'll do October. Mogulistan has no manpower whatsoever, so any losses they take, it's gonna really sting. And then Nogai has plenty of manpower. Zanskar has plenty of manpower and plenty of troops. So if I had to place some money down, I would suspect that Zanskar is going to win this, and they're going to take land from Mogulistan. And Achaia finally feeling the wrath of Sapphire Paradox for daring to break away. Morocco, they didn't lose any land, surprisingly. The only concession to Paradox was Kaguda losing this land in Anatolia. And then I think that's really... my bad. Kaguda took land from Morocco here at 2 provinces in North Africa. But I think that's about it for like the huge changes. Also, Russia, they took what they wanted. They got Neva. They can turn that into St. Petersburg. So, yeah. I think that'll do it for now in terms of wars and conflicts. Let's go ahead and look at that leaderboard. Oh, man. In first place is Saintonge. In second place is Cherusci. In third place is Wales. In fourth place is Albania. In fifth place is Sapphire Paradox. In sixth place is Alemanni. In seventh place is Kaguda. In 8th place is the Papal State. In 9th place is Avignon. In 10th place is Strathclyde. In 11th place is Wallachia. And in 12th place is Czechoslovakia. That'll be all for now. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in part 6.